فلتصحبك السلامة في رحلتك.
Basim! I knew it was you. You're not the only one with eyes that see afar.
So, Tabed, you have filled the streets with eyes and spies.
Such is the life of a Rafiq. Without my knowledge, where would we be?
Knowledge is a tool, a weapon. It can be used for good or ill. And the Order is using it for ill indeed.
What have you learned?
Rot runs deep through the House of Wisdom. They are using some ancient book, hoping to build a wicked device.
I have heard rumors of this blasphemous contraption. They call it their great work.
The Order is experimenting on people, lethally. I have stopped them for now. But someone called El Rabisu is running things at the House of Wisdom.
Any idea about who this Rabisu character could be?
I have my suspicions about the great scholar, Fazil Fahim.
That fragile old man?
The clues I have gathered tell me so.
It could be. The House of Wisdom will be hosting a great symposium soon. An informal gathering of scholars. A lecture, refreshments, chatter. Even the great Arib will attend. Go, spy out this puzzle with care. But do not throw your blade at the symposium. We don't want to show our hand just yet. But if Fazil is guilty and alone, then like a viper, strike. But you must be sure.
Before I act, I will be sure.
拿起羽毛，说明要动手了。不做攻略，只讲游戏故事。消息小声，大家好，我是 Zuddy。让我们再次回到巴格达，继续巴西姆的传奇刺客宫。智慧宫最后的教团首脑马上就要揭露，虽然现在已经把嫌疑指向了智慧宫的公主，也就是当时第一次来到这儿碰到的那位老头啊，站在书堆前面的老头。但是现在很多证据还不能实锤，到底是不是他？过去看了就知道了。
The symposium should be here. Baghdad's brightest, sharing their wisdom.
重返智慧宫，第二次光顾。
تجديد الحديث بوقاحة. لكن
Pardon me. I am looking for the great scholar's lecture.
Fazil Fahim's lecture about the antediluvian antecedents of humanity will begin soon. In the meantime, please enjoy our ample stock of exquisite delicacies and tasty refreshments.
好，接下来咱们要寻找机会。第一个机会在这儿。
Where is Arib al-Ma'muni? Where is Arib? I hope to catch a whiff of her magnificent aura. So rare to see her outside of the round city.
The beloved is in the garden, ruminating upon the perfection of nature.
Ah, to be a flower held in her discerning hands, inspiring such languid verse.
She must be relieved to be free of her wealthy patrons for a change.
Oh, perhaps she leads an exciting secret double life, slipping out of the palaces to find inspiration in common life.
I doubt it.
好，第一个线索，咱们要找到大诗人阿里布，他正在东边外院休息，先不急。咱们的老朋友又登场。
Hey, I told you I'd see you around.
Indeed. And what brings you back?
I want to show you something.
内哈尔又有什么奇妙的发现？
These House of Wisdom boars collect the wildest trinkets and gadgets.
I have been here before, Nihal. This is Ahmed ibn Musa's office. Have you been sneaking in there?
这几个地方都是之前咱们已经来过的，但是这一次发现的线索和之前不同。
It gives me a tingle down my spine. Like I'm nearing a cosmic secret.
You read too much about magicians and lost cities buried beneath the dunes.
You don't read enough. Perhaps there are other worlds, other people out among the stars.
Nonsense.
被嘲讽没文化了啊，读书太少。行。
Does this remind you of your nightmares?
No. More like something from the Bimaristan. Or a training chart of the hidden ones.
Ah, yes. The swift ways to kill silently. Death in seconds. Ahmed and his brothers are capable of designing some fantastic devices.
Not all of his ideas are that practical, I'm afraid.
Don't be so smug. The world is full of wonders.
满满的嘲笑啊！
This. I have seen this one before. Is this what you wanted to show me?
Yes. It reminded me of that object we found at the palace. What is it?
A drawing from an ancient book.
There is something you are not telling me.
You do not want to know what happens behind closed doors.
Why? Because you do not know either?
Because, as Derwish says, sometimes it is better not to know the truth behind the things we must do.
The truth, Basim, is that everything is here in front of you. But you refuse to look at it. This is about you. It has always been about you, ever since that night.
I took an oath, Nihal, to leave my old life behind and walk this path of shadows.
And maybe someday you will find the light. But until then, I will walk behind you every step of the way to remind you not to forget who you are.
Is that a threat?
I do not know.
"内哈尔离开，说明房间里面线索已经全部探查完毕。接下来从这个窗户出去，就是大诗人所在的位置。
There is that poet Abid loves, whose work keeps turning up in unexpected places.
Spirit of the sands, pilot of desert ships. From distant lands bring to our ears, from your wind-touched lips, the mirage's song, the kiss that grips.
Yes?
Symmetry of sky and sea, but only in thine eye do these two planes meet.
You have read my work. And who might you be?
A lover of poetry, nothing more. And of order. Or should I say, chaos.
I know only one living poet who loves chaos that much. Ali ibn Muhammad. Are you a fan of his pedestrian work?
The rivalry between you two is legendary. It enhances the craft. I cannot choose.
You are most diplomatic. But I would rather seek inspiration among these lovely blooms. Good day.
好的，目前的2条线索已经全部的探查完毕。在这里的话，这个任务有些奇葩的，它没有任何的提示，就算招出咱们的老鹰啊，或者是开鹰眼，基本也是探查不到一些明显的线索。 所以咱们需要在这里的人群当中能对话的全部对话一下，才能出发下一步。
What is he still doing here? Hunain, you should not be back so soon.
I know. I'm still nervous, but I couldn't stay away from my books.
I guess we must always do our duty.
وداعاً.
里面还有一位，
That astronomer might be one of them, though I doubt it. Sayyidi, I am honored to make your acquaintance.
Good to see more young people enjoying the House of Wisdom.
Do you think the great scholar will give a good lecture?
Do not waste time listening to his nonsense. I have written many more edifying and practical books instead.
On which topics?
I have written extensively about sundials, astrolabes, stars and planets, and the circumference of the Earth.
Fascinating, Sayyidi. I shall read more of your work soon. Wada'an. Sounds like the lecture is about to begin. I should return to the Kahraman.
好，接下来出发了演讲的剧情。看得出来，这里很多的大学者都不认同即将演讲的主角他的观点。
Pardon me. Is Fazil Fahim's lecture ready to begin?
Indeed it is. Head inside if you please.
Welcome, one and all, to the House of Wisdom, center of learning in Baghdad, indeed, of the entire world. I am Fazil Fahim al-Kimsa, first scholar of the House of Wisdom, wisest of the wise. Today, I will shock you with what may sound like outrageous blasphemies. Do not fear, good people. Though I am old, my mind remains sharp as steel. Today I speak of mysteries, of creatures from the antediluvian age. Do not the ancient prophets tell us about giants from before the flood who forsook Allah and worshipped false idols? Is it not possible these giants built marvels, works of wondrous power, now lost to us?
Zahra and Hassan are both dead, slain by an assassin's blade.
They're dead.
Sayyidi, I urge you to hide until it's safe. Apologies, people, but our lecture has concluded. Please, feel free to explore the House of Wisdom's many fine chambers.
You call yourself the great scholar, Fazil. You who burn books and hope the smoke will hide your crimes. How many did you sacrifice in your search for knowledge? How many did you use, damage, and discard in the name of discovery? Now you hide within the House of Wisdom. The house you led astray. But I will find you. And I will exact justice for every soul you savaged for your great work.
好，身份实锤，目标锁定。
It is true. Fazil leads the order in Abbasiyah. I need to hunt him down.
再次需要寻找线索，查出他逃上了哪里。第一条线索在这儿。
The old fraud Fazil went into hiding.
سأفكر في الأمر مليا لا أعدك بأنني سأحلها
还有一位。
هل قرأت أحدث تعديلات ابن علي
就位开启偷听。
How exciting. What do you think frightened the great scholar?
The old fool must have imagined one of his antediluvian creatures. He's an absolute disgrace.
But where did he run off to?
There's rumors of hidden passages beneath the House of Wisdom. Maybe he hid down there.
I have heard the rooftop gardener mention these places, yes.
What a colorful detail to include in my verse. The scholar by secret tunnels fled, chased by delusions of deities who want him dead.
好，第一条线索确
Show
定。
me everything.
屋顶的园丁啊，知道地下室所在位置，并且他身上呢会有地下室的钥匙。不过这个钥匙是开后门的啊，咱们如果说不走这条线索，从正门进的话，就完全没有必要。而且在这周围的话，守卫非常的多，可以去偷，但是风险比较大，咱们就完全没必要去了。接下来是第二条线索。
Pardon me, but I heard a rumor about a hidden basement beneath the House of Wisdom.
A secret basement? You must be joking.
No, not at all. Surely, such a large building must have basements and cellars to store books and inks.
I'm aware of no such location on these premises.
好，接下来要贿赂了。
Perhaps a little token of my appreciation will jog your memory.
Most generous. Murders, mayhem, and bonfires. It's time for me to depart the House of Wisdom. Father has a fine carpet shop in Samara. He always wanted me to take up the family trade.
A wise choice. Now, about any hidden cellars.
Oh, yes, of course. Forgive me. Now that you mention it, there is a basement hatch in the northwest courtyard.
Thank you.
好，他讲出了入口的位置，但是呢，无论是咱们用
I
音
need your eyes, my friend.
或者是地图啊，都找不到所在这个位置。我也不知道玉璧咋想的。你既然已经贿赂了，对吧？他并没有提示这地图上所在的位置。其实那个出口啊，在这个位置，在我鼠标点的这个位置。但是咱们问题不大，不用管这个事情。最重要的一条线索在这儿，也是第三条线索。
Gatekeeper, let me pass.
Those who came before are...
What are you talking about?
Those who came before are...
Let me get back to you.
I've lost Fossil's greatest work.
有暗号，但是咱们不知道。那么接下来就要找出这个暗号。
Looks clear.
I've lost
I can use
Fossil's
my weapons
greatest
again
work.
if needed.
What do you mean you lost the great scholar's masterwork?
I'm sorry. I was distracted by the presence of the famous poet Arib.
Forget the poet! We better find Fazl's book, or we're both dead.
Sounds like part of a passphrase.
开一下鹰眼。有个守卫要过来了，翻滚到对面，上屋顶。啊，飞刀掏出来，
Hey!
准备动手。
Going to rip your guts out.
好，全部搞定。那边察觉了动静，他能过来最好，如果不过来，一会儿要吹哨，风险系数更大。这个敌人来不来是随机的啊，有时候角度不同，或者他转了个向就会过来，反之则不过来。小隔间里面东西搜刮一下，这儿有一条线索。
That book looks out of place wedged behind a desk like that. A history of the great scholar and his magnificent reforms of the House of Wisdom by Fazil Fahim. Not sure if this is the correct volume.
OK， 进换衣间
Hold，on.
还有看到尸体，
I'll flay you when I find you.
所以说这个东西很随机的啊，非常随机。对不起啊。
Fate calls.
来到屋顶上，前面有个巡逻的，这边有个重甲兵。安全起见呢，最好是扔一个烟雾弹过去暗杀，否则一旦来不及处决，还是挺麻烦的。等他转向，骑回来了。
Someone is going to
不是
pay for this.
这个暗杀挺无语的，要等待。好，咱们来到屋顶。 在左下角又有一个坐着，先不急。切回飞刀，他可能会看到尸体，然后会过去。
Hey.
好，他过去了。自从新的3部曲以后的《刺客信条》啊，这种暗杀的这个前摇动作都是莫名其妙的多。护书人的指示，已经确定实锤了。继续往这边走，前面那条过道上的人已经全部杀光了。来到书架的顶端，先把重甲兵斩，然后继续回到上面。如果说从我刚想说，如果从地面刺杀的话，第2个必定会警觉；但是如果从上面空中刺杀的话，第2个是来不及反应的。还好咱们2个都处决掉了，否则这里战斗起来就麻烦了。
This letter mentions a private reading balcony. Might be where the reader has taken the book.
打开这道闸门，前面又是咱们之前暗杀目标来过的地方。当时咱们是从前面这边的窗户进来的，还记得吗？故地重游。上面2个巡逻依然在。先到这边准备暗杀这个。好，对面这个瞎了，看不到啊，顺手一起把他宰了。园丁就在这屋顶的上方，就在这个地方。如果想上去的话，从之前咱们拖出的地方，这儿也可以上去。
I better not use my weapons here.
但是我觉得完全没必要，还有一定的风险。回到另一边，要找的书已经标记出来了。它提示就在图书馆的西北侧的阳台上。咱们现在所在的位置，其实这里根本就不是西北侧，对吧？这应该是西南侧。
An impressive volume, written by Fazil Fahim. Could be his masterwork. Its title is Those Who Came Before Are Those Who Shall Return. This has to be it.
OK 了，口令到手。咱们去对暗号。
I better not use my weapons here.
进入智慧宫以后是不能疾跑的，也不能战斗。
Gatekeeper,
those who came before are
终有归期。
are those who shall return.
correct. You may proceed.
好，找出暗道所在位置，这就很简单了。这个文件上也有线索，简单的搜刮一下。咄咄逼人的信，奇美拉。密道就在书架后面。进入警戒
Looks
区。
clear. I can use my weapons again if needed.
门口有一个守卫，直接摁死，然后在这边。前面这个可能会看到我，在右手边还有一个，先别急，往回走。 在过道的另一边还有一个，补充一下投掷的道具。正好巡逻到这边。好，前方的话，咱们确定切了飞刀。啊，他看到尸体了。其实这里可以直接击杀了。他回去了。这两个搞定。然后是这个。OK。等隧道里面这个过来，4个全部搞定。这个前摇就太生硬了，就好像为了耍帅而耍帅。真的应该看看大革命的刺杀。听到了惨叫声。之前就提到了，大学者在用伪业啊来摧残一些献祭者。
There is a deep wrongness here, a reek of rotten iron. Those robes might help me get closer to Fazil.
咱们要找到病符。
What have they done to these people?
先把这扇门打开。OK。这里一具尸体，没有忍受住折磨。
Poor guy will not need this anymore. This should help me blend in.
好，完成伪装，准备潜入。角色的周围出现了白色的边，就说明已经进入了伪装的状态。
Where is my robe? I can't meet the scholar without my special robe.
This world doesn't look right. Someone take me back to the bright, shining place.
Next subject! In here, now!
In here, now!
There are horrors here, but the most terrifying thing is that I have seen it all before. Somehow.
Who dares meddle with my great work, killing my allies and spoiling my lecture? It's an outrage.
It looks like the handiwork of a trained assassin.
Must be some faction in the Round City, or one of those jealous broods in Sharqiyya.
These killings were too subtle for mercenaries.
No matter. Once I understand how the mechanism works, I will prove myself to Al-Bahamud.
等待仪式开始，万万没想到咱们已经混进来了。
About the races, you gone. In here, Lackwit. Always feeling tired these days.
You are new, aren't you? I don't recognize you. They promised you gold when you volunteered, yes? No matter. What you are about to behold surpasses all worldly riches. Don't be afraid. Are you afraid? This is my great work. I call it Arua. It will take you on a journey to another realm. Why did the first ones leave this world behind filled with fools, I wonder, and make so few of me? We called this the House of Wisdom, but its foundations are unsound. For beneath the House of Wisdom lies the Dungeon of Ignorance, and upon such dark secrets we build our philosophies. Science is the noblest purpose. Knowledge is the greatest power.
No.
No? Then what?
Justice.
This may be the place. It may be here where lies absolute knowledge. It is not how I remember it. Behind the doors, it looked brighter.
But in the end, all we see is darkness.
“梦魇又要出现了。
I need to get out of here. Get back to the bed.
接下来离开智慧宫。
The scholar's notes. He believes in these ancient beings, the masters of memory. No question about it. Fazil was neck deep in the order.
人已经处理掉了，这些线索已经可有可无。接下来咱们回刺客根据地。
Basim ibn Ishaq.
How did you find this place?
Easy. I just followed the trails of blood.
You should not be here.
Do you talk to him?
Sometimes. Yes.
But he does not answer. I do. We have drifted apart since that day. But what we have seen back at the palace, this light, these sounds, you cannot have possibly forgotten.
Unlike you, Nihal, I keep the past in the past.
You call yesterday the past? And this jinni of yours, this repulsive shadow that crushes your chest, has it crawled back into the past too?
No. It is still here. Sometimes, even in the day, I feel its breath on my neck. The nightmare invades the real world, or has always been part of it.
This is part of your reality, Basim. I am a part of your reality too. I am your past. Tell me, will you leave me there? In the dark corners of your memory?
I will not.
Now, if you could invent a mechanical rug sweeper. Basim.
It is done.
And how did it all play out?
I'm afraid this is a tale for another day. We will save it for one of our campfires.
You have done well, my friend.
Better get back to my work. You know how easily I get bored. Thank you for what you did, Basim.
It is the truth. You have done well. One last thing. Arib. Was she involved?
Not that I know. But we must remain vigilant.